Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video I'll be doing my round 7 AFL tips, and yeah, coming off a good round last round. Good round I say. I got 9 out of 9, which is really good. Top 3% on the ESPN footy tipping, and yeah, I was totally shocked to get a 9 out of 9, but every time they kept on a team got checked off, I was just like, okay, there's only really another 2 or 3 games that are going to be tough, and then it was basically consensus picks for the last couple. So before we get into it, remember to, not that button, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload, and let's get into the video. So as you can see here, this is what I was talking about. I went with the Bulldogs by 12 in this game, but they won by 49, so it was a little bit off with the margin game. Then I said Port by 60 in my predictions. They won by 40, so I guess I was tight in that game. I predicted Brisbane by 40. They were holding 40 pretty much the whole time. I predicted Geelong by 10, and that happened. I predicted Adelaide by 36, and Hawks gave it to him, basically, and that was a good game to watch. I said Saints by 7, they won by 22 in the end. I said Gold Coast by 9, and they flushed them by 43. And then I went Melbourne by 47, they only won by 18. And I went Collingwood by 13, and you wouldn't believe, but Collingwood won by 13. So what a way to end the round. One absolutely correct, 9 correct tips, 1 absolutely perfect tip to end the round, and yeah, I couldn't be happier at this point. And now we go into round 7, and I'm gonna have to probably grab a pen quickly so I don't have to rewatch videos. Let's see. That should be good enough. Yeah, that will get me through. So we have St Kilda versus Port's first game of the round at Marvel Stadium. I'm probably going to go St Kilda in this game. It's just a matter of how much do I think they're... Steele's going to have a better game, I believe. And Port's, I think Rosie's going to probably cop a little bit of attention. So I think we go St Kilda by 16 or 7. We'll go 17. And then we go over to here, and we go ladder predictor. I should probably stop doing this website as well, but it's good to see the ladder predictor, I guess, and how it evolves over time. Then we have Brisbane versus Freo. Brisbane are going to win that game, and I'm going to say Brisbane. I think Freo aren't the best this year, so I'm going to go Brisbane by... their attackers looked really good, so I'm going to go Brisbane by 43, as we also have potentially some injuries in the back line for Fremantle. Swans, I think, surely they bounce back. I know that the Rampy is potentially back, not confirmed. So they might not have any changes back. They still might have that much of an injury crisis, as well as the fact that they're going to lose Robbie Fox and Roberts from the initial team. So we should see a return of Sheldrick, but I don't know how much that's going to improve the back line, but we'll wait and see. I think you'll see probably Francis and Gould back there, to be honest with you, to help out. And I think Longmire won't make the same mistake 2 or 3 times in a fortnight. So I'm going to go Swans in a closer game than what I would have predicted at the start of the season, probably by 22. GWs have been pretty good, and I just think that the Swans should be able to come back. They've lost a couple now, the Swans. Well, they've lost... they're 3-3, and they've just been pretty... They've scraped together wins, so they haven't really been that convincing, and it's already, as a Swans fan, I'm looking to next year. So if I actually go back over, I missed these two. I said Brisbane by 43 and Swans by 22. Get there. Then we go on to Western Bulldogs versus Hawks, and I think Bontempelli can single-handedly almost win this game. Yes, the Hawks have been putting up a good fight, but I think the Hawks, this is where they start to be demoralized, as they've got they're 1-5, and I think that Western Bulldogs win this. So I'm going Western Bulldogs by 26. Western Bulldogs, and then 26. There we go. And then you have Melbourne versus North. That's going to be a Melbourne victory. Van Rooyen could probably almost single-handedly outscore North. Yes, they've been better than they were last year, but I think this is going to be the one game where they get absolutely flogged. So I'm going to go Melbourne by 76. I know that sounds outrageous, but I think North are starting to return to what they were beforehand, and they're going to lose this one massively. There we go. 76 points. And then you've got West Coast versus Carlton, and this can pretty much only go one of two ways. This is a very, very lopsided week. If I was looking at this, like, I'm probably going to pick the favourites in every single game. Carlton in this game is going to win this. I don't even know if West Coast, I think West Coast only have about 25 fit players. Yes, they get Hearn back, but they lose Shuey as well. So their midfield depth is absolutely bare thin. And they're probably going to debut someone, I would expect, just because they don't have enough players. So I'm going to say Carlton by this one by 45, just because West Coast have absolutely no one. And then you've got here Essendon versus Geelong. Geelong are going to win this, even though Essendon put up a good fight against Collingwood last week. I think that Geelong are just going to be better, as well as the fact that I just hate Mason Redman in the back line. He is just going to kick it straight to Tom Stewart, Mitch Duncan, Zach Tui at least 3 to 4 times. And that's going to cause Geelong to be able to just have countless opportunities. And one quarter, they're going to go and score probably 50 or 60 points. So I think Geelong in this game by 43. Yes, Essendon do have the ruck dominance in that Stanley's supposed to be. I think it's Stanley, and so it'll probably be a Stegler and Blicavs ruck. But I think that's not going to matter as much. So I said Geelong by 43. Let me get that. And then you got Richmond versus Gold Coast. Gold Coast without Touk. And Richmond, I think, have some players coming back. And Richmond did put up a strong performance against Melbourne. And they could have honestly almost won that game. So I think it will be a tight encounter, this one, just because they've got such different depth. I do think Witts will dominate in the ruck against Samson Ryan and Miller. But I think Richmond's midfield will be better. And I think Taranto will put a best on ground performance to will Richmond to a 25-point victory. And Revolt's probably going to kick a bag, knowing him. So 25 points, there we go. And then you have Adelaide Collingwood. Is this to finish the round? Adelaide Collingwood. It looks like from reports early in Thursday's training session that Keys will tag Daicos. And I think Keys and Clark are probably the two guys that are best suited to actually tag Daicos, as they can both actually go into the midfield as forwards. So while they should be primary midfield players, but they play up forward because they're able to as small forwards as well. So I think we will see a tag there for Daicos. So he's probably not going to be the best, but there's news also coming out that Rory Laird is not going to be playing, or is in high doubt. So I'm going Collingwood in this one as a safety because of that, and I'm going to go Collingwood by 17, I think. Collingwood 17 points, and that puts us at the end of this. So the end of the round, we have Collingwood and St Kilda 6-1, Melbourne 5-2, Brisbane 5-2, Carlton 4-1, Geelong, Adelaide, Essendon, Sydney, Port, and Western Bulldogs all 4-3. And if we actually look at this and then we look at the actual ladder, I don't know who's particularly moved. So St Kilda, Collingwood, Melbourne, Essendon. So Essendon drop dramatically from 4th to 8th. Brisbane jump up above Adelaide, as Adelaide would have lost. And then Port drop down as well. Swans pick up a place. Western Bulldogs pick up a place. And Richmond move from 16th to 12th with a win. And we've still got Hawks, West Coast, bottom 2. So that's the video there of the predictions, and I'll submit them. And hopefully we go 9 for 9 again. So I'll switch back here. So that's the tipping video there, and I'll come to you guys with the with my team reveal, it'll be a Friday upload, as that should be starting now, as we'll get team newses. We'll get the initial team newses. It will probably be recorded before the Sunday teams are dropped, so it will have the emergencies in there, but that shouldn't change much regarding teams. My team for round 7, my fantasy team. So I'll see you guys in that video. Thanks, guys. Goodbye.